Hey everybody, happy Father's Day to everyone, all of you fathers and all you mothers who are fathers and all you individuals who have been fathers for other people, giving people your strength and your wisdom and your guidance. Happy Father's Day to you. We're going to do 3 pick a card reading. Number 1 is going to be these Aqua Mandala beads with the Tree of Life emblem on there. If you can see that. The selenite wand will be number 2, and number 3 will be these wooden mandala prayer beads. So we'll go ahead and we're going to jump into number 1. If you want number 2 or number 3 and you don't want to listen to number 1, the timestamps are in the description box below. Here we go. Right, if you chose reading number 1, which is these aqua colored mandala beads with the Tree of Life, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. I'm just going to see what the message the Creator would like to you to have for your Father's Day, but also there's this just the energy around being in a father position, you know, whether you are a biological father or a a dad that raised children that are not your own, or you're a mother who has had to be both mother and father, or you're an individual who has been father to others, not even related, by marriage or children, anything like that, but that you were able to be that just that symbol of strength, that symbol of wisdom, that symbol of support in their life. So we'll see what the Creator would like you to know for those that chose reading number 1. What would you like them to know, Creator? Make it really obvious for us, if you would. Be like clear messages. Oh, okay, there we go. Yep, great teacher. Learn from the spiritual experience. So I love this for you. I'll read from the book as well for additional messages, but for this reading, I just really feel you've been a great teacher for individuals. And aqua is the color of the throat chakra, which makes total sense that, you're an individual that has been able to teach people. And I don't feel like, I'm teaching you a lesson, but just by your, how you live your life, you've been just a wonderful example and have helped others learn how to get through difficult times, how to deal with difficult people, individuals, or relationships. You just have been this source of education and, like I mentioned, wisdom before. So I love this for you. Let me read from the book here too. And I love, the great teacher. It's kind of symbolic of Jesus Christ, who was an example of unconditional love, right? He lived his life according to, scriptures and other types of historical documents. He lived his life from love and not from all the laws. He broke Jewish laws by providing miracles on a Sabbath when you're not supposed to work at all. And, he really ruffled a lot of feathers, a lot of these feathers. So the message says, know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences, then share them with others. That's exactly what you've done. So this card was inspired by Jesus, who is one of the most widely acknowledged and loved spiritual teachers of all time. But there is a great teacher in every tradition, and this card represents the one to whom you feel closest, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual one. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. The extended message is that this card also represents a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows you that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There's a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping you, your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. I love that. We're also going to pull a card here from Divine Guidance, and this is from Cheryl Lee Harnish. Beautiful fractal images on these cards. So we'll see what additional messages the Creator has for those that chose the Aqua prayer bead mandala beads. All right, Creator, what else do you want those that chose reading number 1, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay, no, they said not those. Okay, that's the one. And here it's card number 18. I'll let you see the images there. It's because sometimes you'll see your own interpretation, your own things. It's like one of those inkblot tests. What do you see? And we will see what that represents here in her book. Wisdom guide. So great teacher. I talked about, you providing wisdom. This is the wisdom guide. So the wisdom guide is here to help you taking in new information and teachings. Whether you are taking courses, going back to school, or learning a new skill or craft, you will find that you are able to process and retain new information more easily. Wisdom Guide also helps you to gain new insights and understanding through the intuitive channels, turning your knowledge into wisdom. So I love that. And there's kind of this underlying theme of being a student, learning, and teaching. So so of course is a general reading, but if you did pick this one and you were contemplating, should I go back to school? Do I want to go back to school? You definitely could, and it's definitely a great sign here that it is in your best experience to look into that, either being a teacher or going back to school and being a student to learn. All right, well, so I'm going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see what other information the Creator would like you to know regarding your Father's Day, but also just your role as being father or father-like. All right, Creator, what else do you want? Reading number 1 to know about their adventure in fatherhood. Okay. What else? Okay, kill that one and this one. I've got the Two of Pentacles, which in this one, for me, the Pentacles really, the Pentacles is the earth energy. It's the physical realm, the things going on around there. And this is the physical realm here. And you also have kind of this infinity symbol that goes here about this cycle between the physical world, and then you see how this is not quite solid, and this is like the spiritual world. Even as the pentacle, the 4 lower points are all the elements of the earth, and the top point, if you can see that, the top point is by itself, and that represents spirit. And so this is like a indication or a advice to make sure to balance both the world and the spirit, because you can be so rooted and have your roots in the world that nothing breaks the surface and reaches towards the heavens, and you don't feel fruitful, you don't feel fulfilled. You also can be too spiritually minded, where there's no roots, and a storm comes and the tree falls over. So it's an important balance, especially with the tree of life was the emblem, to have both this worldly experience, getting the roots within the earth, but also having the tree grow and the branches reaching towards the spiritual, towards the heavens. So again, that is that balance between both worlds. And get the Knight of Pentacles. So you got another Pentacles, and this is all about, out of the 4 knights, there's one in each suit of the minor arcana. And so this is the one that is slow and steady and calm, not go, 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 go. So you plant the seeds and you allow things to grow, and you enjoy the moments, you enjoy the growth. You see he's got his shoes off, walking in the grass, staying grounded. He's not even on the horse, going. So it's a time for patience. It's a time for not rush, but enjoying the moments, watching the growth happen. Yep, and then you got the 4 of Wands, and this is like a celebration, of course. You see them celebrating here. And this can mean like marriage and celebration times, right? Anything. And so it doesn't have to be like an event, a specific event, either like a wedding or, a promotion, things like that. But the 4 of Wands for me represents this spark to don't forget to celebrate, the growth, even though things grow slowly, celebrate each thing as it comes. Don't keep moving your carrot on yourself, right? Like I want to do this. Okay, I got that. I want to do this. Okay, I got that. I want to do this. It's like, I want this. You get it. Celebrate. I want this now. You get there. Celebrate. You want this. Get there. Celebrate. You get the picture. So celebrate steps that happen, and celebrate each day, really. But celebrate the things that you do have, things that you can be grateful for, things that are in your life. Invest your energy in that things. The wands are your spark, your inspiration, that type of thing. And if you have this long-term plan, I want to go from here to here, and I'm only going to celebrate, when I get to this side, then you kind of fizzle out over time, because as you're going, you're investing so much energy that if you don't celebrate and aren't grateful as you're going along, it just peters out because you can get exhausted. But you create this beautiful energy into the universe when you are grateful for things. So if you try to be grateful for at least one thing a day, even, let that be your focus. This is what I'm grateful for. Not focusing on what I don't have yet, but focus on how far I've come, what I've gotten, what is in my life, and not focusing on what's not, because the energy that you give out is what grows within your life. So I love this for you. So reading number 1, we're going to leave it at that, and just know as you go through each moment of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Father of all things. Our Creator, the Mother and Father of all things, is always with you. And hey, I love you too. Happy Father's Day. You have a great one. Take care. All right, if you chose reading number 2, which is the Selenite wand, then this is the reading for you. Abracadabra, right? I love these. All right, and what we're going to do, so we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And we're just going to ask the Creator what he'd like those that chose this reading to know about being a father, not just your Father's Day weekend, but also just about being in the position of a father. And as I mentioned, that can be, as a biological father, or raising children that aren't your own, or being a mother that you have to like play both parts in the life of your children, or just anyone not related to an individual, but that you've been a support, a place of strength and wisdom and guidance in someone's life. So Creator, what would you like those that chose the selenite one to know about their journey in the father role? Okay, thank you. Yep, you got the Hermit, retreat and recharge. I can imagine that's probably a card for anyone in a parent position, right? But I love this, and I'll read from the book too, but just intuitively what I'm getting from the Creator for you guys is that it's okay to take a step back. You don't have to be involved in every step of, the other individual, the people that you're fathering's life. Yes, if it's young toddlers and stuff, of course you have to invest more energy in them because they're learning so much so fast. But I really feel as those individuals, if they're like teenage age, like as soon as they start hitting 13 and 14, they are no longer listening to parents or any other guidance. What they're doing is watching and seeing how people live. Words don't mean anything to a teenager because they're just words. They want to see actions. And if actions aren't meeting the words, they're going to follow the actions, not your words. So a big thing in our civilization is to start treating teenagers as young adults. Stop treating them as children, because when you start to share, kind of co-creating their life with them, being their guide, being their a source of information and support, not judgment, then they grow and they grow and they grow and they grow, and they take the things that you have to say to them. And so this Hermit about retreat and recharge is to step back and being so in control over those children, those individuals in your life, whoever they might be. Because if you're judging and always telling them what they're doing wrong, that is just sending them in the opposite direction. They're just going to go directly in the opposite way that you're telling them they should go. Instead of finding out what they want to do, providing loving, unconditionally loving support, and try to stay out of your fears of what's going to happen in their life. You're not going to be able to keep them out of pain. You're not going to be able to keep them out of learning their life lessons. All you can do when they reach a certain age is just be a loving ear to hear what they're going through, a shoulder for them to cry on, a hand to help them up. But trying to push is like trying to push a donkey to go in a direction, right? Okay, so that's the message for that. Let me see what additional message comes in the book for you here. So the Hermit card is about taking time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation or prayer practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind them represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. And you can see this is the symbol behind here that they're talking about. So I like that. So this reading kind of feels like it's for a lot of, individuals who play both roles of mother and father, right? The extended message for this also says, you've been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So let go of some of that control, right? So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. I like that. We're also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. These have beautiful fractal images on them, which are created by, she plugs in like mathematical equation in, and it just creates art. She has no idea what it's going to do. She just puts in different formulas and it keeps changing it. I love it. So Creator, what else do you want those that chose the Selenite want to know about their adventure as a father role in fatherhood? Okay. That is Z1. Beautiful. Looks like a little flower blossoming. It's number 26, and I'll let you see that. As I mentioned in the first reading, it's like a inkblot test. What do you see? All right, and then we will see what that card means. And this is the elemental card. So this elemental energy is calling you to connect to the mighty and loving life force of the planet. Try gardening, get a houseplant, go for a hike, or sit on the grass in a park. Open yourself to the energy of the earth in every activity that you do. Feel the pulse of life in the plant's embrace, and embrace the magic of creation and play with the beauty and bounty that Mother Earth provides. Give your gratitude and prayer to all that you eat. Create an intimate connection with Gaia. Creating an intimate connection with Gaia heals the earth and opens you to new levels of energy, connection, and communication in a very powerful way. And I love this for this reading because that really is what this feels like, right? It feels like coming to a place of grounding, getting out in nature, away from all this activity and all this feeling the need to control. And as you get out into nature and get out into connecting to Mother Nature, that brings this peace of mind. It brings you back to this place of recharging. So, you retreat and you recharge. Really, nature is such a recharging activity, right? We're also going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot and see what additional messages the Creator has for you that chose the Selenite wand. Right, I feel like to move this out here. All right, one more time. Right, Creator, what else would you like those that chose the Selenite wand to know about their journey in that father role? Oop. They're going wild. Okay. Okay, so I feel like this one and these two. Yeah, it makes total sense. 10 of Wands. This is about, you've gone down this trail here and you just feel you've learned so much, you've gone through much, you feel like you're carrying this large amount of burden and you're reaching the end of your energy. This is kind of almost feels like exhaustion. You've gone so far, you just feel overloaded. You even have to have an ox to help you carry all the stuff because you're just so exhausted. And that totally comes in. It makes sense. Return and recharge. And the time is coming for this current situation that's draining so much of your energy, so much that you're investing in it, that it, will be a time of letting go. And it's also, so it's a time of endings, but new beginnings too. So it's really going to be a transformative time for you coming up in the near future here. You got the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance, right? There's this kind of infinity symbol that happens with the cycle here that goes up, around and down. And this represents your earthly roots. This represents your spiritual roots. And it's about balancing between them both. These physical experiences here on the earth are necessary. But if you have too much root and not enough foliage that breaks the surface of the ground and reaches towards the heavens, then you don't feel that fruit, you don't feel the fulfillment. Also, if all you have is the up above and not the experience of down below, then storm comes and the tree falls over because it has no roots, or not many roots. So it's important to understand that, yes, we experience the physical world and the human experience, but we also have a whole nother side of us, which is that spiritual side. So really taking time to retreat, that cycle, it's like a guy feel overwhelmed, going to take time to retreat and recharge, and then I'll have more energy to go out and do more, and then come back and recharge. And so that's that cycle, this ebb and flow of our life, that balance between above and below. And then you have the Chariot, which is beautiful because this is a choice card, and I love it because it always shows that the human here is the one who makes the choices, right? This is also the first kind of row of the major arcana, which is about being in control and managing the ego, managing the human physical ego experience, all those things that we're trying to have happen in the outside. It becomes a place of mastery where, like, you know what, you understand that you get to choose between light and dark. You get to choose between the loving positive things or the judging negative conditional things of fear, and you get to experience that. And so again, it comes to be this balance between the two of realizing that when we choose the negative things in life, then that's what brings us to exhaustion, right? When we focus on all the negative stuff, when we focus on what we don't have, those types of things, then, and we get caught up in all the details and trying to control all those external things, it leads us to exhaustion. But when we come back to this place of the focusing on the spirit, what we do have, the gratitude, getting out in nature teaches us about the cycles of life, as well, the 4 seasons, and how a seed, gets planted and it grows, it blossoms, it dies in the winter and is reborn in the spring. So it shows us the cycles of that as well, and that winter happens for a reason because there needs to be a time of rest. It can't be growing 24 hours a day all year long. It just gets exhausted. So I love this for you. It's a time for a retreat. It's a time for recharging. And just know that as you go through this experience, every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Father and Mother of all things, our Creator. So enjoy this Father's Day weekend. Enjoy your fatherhood journey. And I love you. You have a great one. You take care now. If you chose reading number 3, which are these beautiful wooden mandala prayer beads here, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off here by pulling a card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And these are produced by Kyle Gray. And what we're going to look at here is just what the Creator would like you to know about not just your Father's Day weekend, but also your just your journey in fatherhood. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this can be if you're a biological father or if you're raising children that are not yours and your dad, but not the biological father. It also could be if you're a mother playing both roles of mother and father, and anyone that is in a father role where you're helping individuals, by providing them strength, wisdom, guidance, and support. So it can be any of you. So Creator, what would you like those that chose the wooden mandala beads to know about their journey in fatherhood? Okay, this is the one that is calling out. Yep, Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So I love this card for you. I'll read from the book as well, but intuitively what I'm getting from this is that you're an individual who yourself, by your inner work and things that you've done, have allowed you to be the one that breaks the ancestral chain. Different types of behavior are passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation, because when you grow up in a situation, whether it's abusive or, physically or mentally abusive or any other type of abuse, or just in abandonment, not spending time, whatever it might be, if that's what a child experiences, they think that's the norm until they see something different and take action to break that chain with their own children or with who you are being, that father role for. So I really feel that this is a huge just applause or recognition from the universe, from the Creator, saying you've done a wonderful thing in breaking this ancestral chain for generations to come. You're the one that broke chains, for that. You're also being in a position where you're helping others break those chains for their ancestors, if it's not your ancestral line. So those other, whether it's, just people that you're interacting with, you're not really their biological ancestral line. You're helping them realize and break the chains in this lifetime for their future generations. Also read from the book to see what other messages are here for you. So it says, move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioral patterns. The Aboriginal people are the oldest tribal people still living on the planet. Their hunter-gatherer culture and ancient spirituality are rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. So the Aboriginal ancestors are offering you not only wisdom that will help you heal and adapt to the ever-changing planet, but also an understanding of what a spiritual life could be. The extended message is the Elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He's an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you've had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on, and also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks that they have created for you. So just know that your ancestors on the other side are totally supporting you in breaking those chains, breaking those habits, breaking that, those traditions that are not healthy for your familial and even your self-worth. We're also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance cards. These are by Cheryl Lee Harnish. They love their fractal images on here. So we'll see which one is chosen. Let's see what the card means in her little book. Creator, what else would you like those that chose the wooden mandala beads to know about their journey in a father role? Okay, yep, they want both. So you've got number 20. I'll show you that image there. As I said in the other readings too, this is like an inkblot test. What do you see? And I feel like this is going to be on either side of this card here. And then you got number 3. I'll zero in there too so you can kind of see it a little closer. Beautiful images. So we'll read number 20 first, which is loved ones. So your friends and loved ones who've crossed over want you to know that they are with you, just as I was saying about your ancestors. They are wrapping their loving energy around you and ask you to feel peace and serenity within your heart and mind about their passing. They are living and enjoying the other side and deeply desire for you to feel peaceful within this world. They ask that you surrender any painful emotions you're holding on to and allow their loving presence to flow within your heart, bringing forth peace and serenity. Feel their loving energy and joyfully live the gift of life here on earth. Excuse me. So I love that for you. Because one of the things that was coming up about the ancestral, curse that's been going from generation to generation is that when people, when we return to the other side, this character we're playing, it was just a character, right? The actor behind the character, which is this being, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, that usually doesn't match the character that we played here, villains, heroes and victims that we play down here doesn't match that of who we really are. It's just a play. This is just the drama to learn from, the movie that we're in so that we can experience things. So when, no matter what a character has done upon this earth, when they step out of that body and out of that character, it's this being of higher love that they are. And so sometimes it's difficult for us to let go of that attachment to that character. And we're like, no, they hurt me. They did this, they did that, they did this. And look at the havoc that they put on there. But when you meet them on the other side, you're going to recognize them, that there's that tint here, but that's not who they are. And that's what they're wanting to show you. This is the pink is the color of the heart chakra. It's the higher heart chakra, not the earth green chakra. So they want you to, what can help you in breaking those bonds with those painful memories and letting those hurts go is to connect to them as someone completely new. An angelic type of being rather than a devilish type of being. All right. And then number 3 is the infinite love. So this card represents the infinite love that not only resides within you, but is you, just as I was saying. The entire universe is the vibration of love energy. Spirit sees your beautiful heart and is calling you to allow this loving energy to flow fully into you and from you. It will heal your hurts and negative past experiences, helping you connect with the true immortal being of light that you are. It is your light and your love that this world needs most. It's time to let the love flow. Oh my gosh, so exactly as I was saying. And then we're going to pull, lastly, cards from here from the Light Seers Tarot, just to see what additional messages the Creator has for you that chose the wooden mandala beads. If I remember, I'll post the video down below for this. But what they're showing me and reminding me is that I use these for an I am love meditation, which I start off by saying I am unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. So basing my worth on that unconditional love from the Creator. And so I go through all that, and then I reach the next one, which is once I am filled up with that love inside, I can realize that I am made of that unconditional love. And I just repeat that and focus on that until I reach here. And then once I'm filled up with that, then I overflow and let it flow out to the world, which it then becomes I unconditionally love the world. And within those beads, I focus on individuals that my ego is having trouble loving, and I go through a process to let love flow to them. And then finally, I reach the last part, which is I've received the love from the Creator. It's filled up, it's overflowed out to the world, and then it flows back to me from the world, and I realize the world also is made of unconditional love, just as it was talking about in this card. So that I chose these beads for this particular thing is very synchronistic, so I will definitely try to remember. If not, I have a playlist of meditations, and it's in that playlist. It's called the I Am Meditations. I Am Love Meditations. All right, Creator, what else would you like those that chose the wooden bead mandala to know about their journey in fatherhood, please? The role of the father. Okay, there's one. Any others? Okay. I feel like there's going to be at least one more here. Okay, that one. So this one made itself known, so we'll look at that one first. This is the death card, but it's death and rebirth. Again, there's the infinity symbol. And this is just all about the, definitely the death of the old way and the rebirth into something new. So it's letting go of those ancestral, I'm going to call them the ancestral curses, those behaviors and chains that get passed on from generation to generation. Yep, and here you go. Then you have the Eight of Cups, and you can see the cups are the emotions, and the Eight of Cups normally shows someone walking away from the 8 cups into something new. And I love this deck because it shows almost like this ritual where the old feelings, the old ways of doing things, this little ritual of burning them and then walking away into sunlight, into new things. So, definitely the same message there. And then got the Ace of Pentacles. A new seed, new beginnings. Again, the rebirth is totally revalidated in this one here. All the seeds are ready. You've have harvested what you could from below. So this is about you're letting go of the old things. It's like I always have the example of corn because the corn is on stalks, and so the corn husks are harvested off of them. Then those the big stalks are really of no use. They don't like rebloom with new corn. You dig up all that stuff, you till the ground, you get it ready, maybe natural fertilizers with no insecticides, whatever. You get it all ready, and then the new seed gets planted. And so this work that you've done, you've taken what was given to you for that harvest, and you've made these changes for new seeds, new things to be planted. So I love that for you. What a wonderful reading here. I love this. Breaker of chains, you. And just know that as you go through every experience, that you are indeed unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. We'll talk to you soon. You take care now.